exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the Water Juice channel, and welcome, finally, back to the off-season of the Chicago Cougars here on Madden 22. That's right, we continue on with the save, and in the last episode, if you did miss it, we dropped it on Super Bowl Sunday in real life, February 13th. And let's just say it was a wild ride, that episode. It was filled with ups and downs, highlights, lowlights, exciting moments, depressing moments, the realization that we were going to lose the Super Bowl, then the realization that we were going to win the Super Bowl. It was a mass hysteria of craziness, so you got to go back and watch that episode if you did miss it, because obviously we spoiled it with we won the Super Bowl. You could see that. We got the W against the Panthers, 21-17. The Panthers were a really, really good team. Now, their offense wasn't amazing, but it looked really good against our defense because for some reason our defense just doesn't play very well at times. Like, we can have a stretch of games where we play unbelievable and we shut down opponents and they only score like 3 to 10 points, and then we can go and we can get blown out, or we can let up like 25 plus points a game in some stretches. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me because I'm bad at the game and I'm not calling the right defenses, or it's because I'm like usering the D line and then that allows the CPU to dominate the middle of the field and stuff because I'm not usering a linebacker or anything. That's all possible, which I understand, but I think that if we build up a good defense here in the off season, then starting next year we should be able to have a more consistent defense where we stop a lot of guys. So let's get straight into it because I've been waiting forever to record this. I'm so excited. I put out a poll about a week or so ago, maybe a week and a half ago, about asking the fans, the Chicago Cougars fans, you guys, what you wanted to see with Trey Lance. Did you want to, I gave you 3 options. Did you want to keep Trey Lance and continue to develop him because he's still a super young quarterback and he had a good season, and he's very talented, so it's not like he had a horrible season and we should move on from right away. I was just throwing it out there. Then the second option was we trade him in a package to maybe get a superstar quarterback like a Josh Allen or a Joe Shiesty or a Justin Herbert or somebody of that caliber, the younger and already super good. Or I gave you a third option to where we trade Trey Lance for another position that we need, and then we use a draft pick to take a quarterback. Now, the overwhelming answer was keep Trey Lance and keep developing him. So that's what we're going to be doing. But there was a sneaky little suspicion that I had that some of you guys wanted to see another quarterback here as well. Now, if we take a look at the actual roster, we have Trey Lance, who I think should be going up to a superstar X Factor once we start simulating, because he had a really good season. He's got morale boosts. He should be moving up to a superstar X Factor when they adjust all the depth traits as we move on in the off season. But we've got Trey Lance, we've got Davis Mills, and then we've got Tanner Heineke. And if you guys, you haven't forgotten because I really haven't shown you guys the scouting this later part of the season. There is a quarterback in this class that's down here in the second round. This Mark Burton, who looks unbelievably good. He's 6'6", 229 out of Auburn with a strong arm. He's got amazing accuracies and throw power. And he's an early first-round talent, so that means he's a top 10 pick. So, and if you guys are wondering why I have the old scouting, I started this save before they introduced the new scouting update in, like, what was that? November or whenever they added in December. I don't even remember how long they've had it in, but I started this way before that. So we've got the old scouting, which is good because I like this old scouting better. I can understand it a little bit better. So see, like, look at this. The difference between the number 1 quarterback in the class and Mark Burton, they've got the same stats, literally the same stats, but this guy is an early 2nd round talent and our guy is an early 1st round talent. So I'm definitely keying in on Mark Burton because if you guys remember, we traded our 1st round pick to get Trey Lance. That pick was in the Trey Lance deal. So we traded it to get him. We do have a 2nd, which is in the 11th pick in the 2nd round, which could be Mark Burton if he's still available. Or we could use some of these other picks. We have 4 3rd round picks. Maybe we use that to trade up into the higher part of the 2nd round to secure Mark Burton. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. Then we could possibly trade Davis Mills. This guy, JT Bass, doesn't look like horrible. He's 6'6", 241. That's a big boy. 6'6", 241. Our guy's 6'6", 229. 6'6", 241 is huge. We've also got some interesting running back positions, or running back prospects here. I've got some guys that I've scouted that are on the board that I could look to take in the 2nd round if we decide not to go quarterback. Then we've got wide receivers. We don't really need a wide receiver because we have really, really good ones already, and I'm possibly even looking to trade one of our wide receivers. So we don't necessarily need a wide receiver. We do probably need a tight end, and I'm thinking we go with Spencer Camarada. I think that's how you say it. Camarda? I'm not sure how you say that. He's a mid-1st rounder, and then you got Matt Adams, who's also a mid-1st rounder. They're both pretty decent. I don't know how good they'll develop, but they're okay, I guess. Not horrible. Left tackle, there's nobody here. Left guard, there's not really anybody here. Center is where I really want to go. One of these 2 guys, James Henley or Martin Hamilton. Probably James Henley, obviously, because he's a early 1st round talent. He looks really, really good. He's definitely one top option for us. But then there's the backup of Martin Hamilton, who's not horrible. He's a mid-1st round talent. But James Henley looks amazing. He could be our starting center for a while. Then you got Gary McLean at right guard, who's a late 1st round talent, and Tyrone Lamb, who's a late 2nd round talent, who both could be okay. They're not going to be like superstar players, but they could turn out to be something, I guess. Right tackle, there's not really a whole lot. Pass rusher on the left side, there's a couple mid to late 1st round guys, but nobody that really stands out, at least that I've scouted so far. Right end, you've got Will Bean, who is an early 2nd round talent who could be good. That's about it for what I've scouted. This guy looks like a top 5 pick, Rashawn Bingham. I wish that we could get him because we do need a D tackle, but it looks like we're not going to get him. He's probably going to go top 5, I would guess. So that's okay. I mean, it would be awesome to have him on the team, but we understand that we're not going to probably be able in the position to get him. Dylan Ware also looks kind of decent at 6'5", 255. That's a big boy running at you as a speed rusher, but he's also projected to go 1st round, so we won't be able to get him. Middle linebacker, from what I've scouted, doesn't look that great. Right outside linebacker, from what I've scouted, doesn't look that great. Dan Zimmerman doesn't really even look that good. He's got decent pursuit, but not really anything else. Corner, this year's corner class, not that great either. There's a couple mid to late 1st round guys, but they even don't look that good. And then everybody else down here doesn't really look great. So corner, luckily we don't really need corner because it's not looking too good. Ron Townsend is decent at free safety, I guess. Then down here we've got Tevin Lambert, who's an early 1st round talent at safety. Looks pretty good for what he is. I mean, he's 6'2", 210. He's going to be a project, but he's certainly somebody that we could take a chance on in the 3rd round because we have so many of those 3rd round picks. Now that's saying we don't trade any of those 3rd round picks like I've mentioned, which is all a possibility. We could certainly trade a couple of those picks to maybe secure that quarterback, because that's something that we'd want to do. Season recap is as follows. Trey Lance won the Super Bowl MVP. We won 21-17 over the we're the Chicago Cougars, over the Carolina Panthers. Now, if you forgot, last year we played the Cowboys and we won the Super Bowl too. So we're back-to-back champs. Joe Burrow wins MVP. Urban Meyer Coach of the Year. Joe Burrow Offensive Player of the Year. Von Miller Defensive Player of the Year. And then 2 rookies win their respective position or respective Rookie of the Years. Upgrade players. Jamar Chase gets an upgrade. Let's give him a deep threat upgrade. He's playing up to an 87 overall. That's just crazy. Jamar Chase is a freak of nature. Elijah Vera Tucker gets the agile upgrade. I'm hoping that he can continue to develop and be really, really good for us. Kalen Cousins, who has been amazing as a player this season as a rookie. He just showed out in the playoffs. He's dominating. He's developing pretty well. And then Trey Lance. We need to upgrade his stats here with his accuracies. So I think we need to upgrade his improviser stat, because that has the throw on the run, which I do a lot. So his throw on the run goes up +2, which is awesome. And like I said, maybe if we keep simulating, he's got to go up to an X Factor, right? Because he's been a superstar forever, and he's had a good season, so you'd only think that he should go up. We've got retirements. We don't really have a lot of money, which is interesting. We have a decent amount of money. Retirements, Russell Okung, looks like he's the only guy from our team that retires. That's not a big deal. Calais Campbell retires. Brian Bulaga, Jason Kelsey, Gronk retires. That's interesting. Melvin Ingram, Cam Hayward, Justin Houston. Cam Newton retired. He was a Cougar for a season, I'm pretty sure. Casey Hayward, I think he was, right? I can't remember. Casey Hayward, Brandon Brooks, Lane Johnson. Bobby Wagner's gone. And then we go down to the guys that weren't on teams. Matt Ryan, Jarrell Casey, Jamie Collins, Malcolm Jenkins, Marvin Jones, Tyrod Taylor. T.Y.'s gone. Alden Smith, Pat Pete, Janoris Jenkins. And then we get Bruce Arians retiring and an offensive coordinator retiring. All right, not a huge retirement class, but there's some notable names in there, some guys that you may like. That's not what I wanted to hit. No, I don't want to go to snapshots. Why would I want to go to snapshots? Ready to negotiate players. Oh, that's right. We got to get Zaire Reed back on the team, and it looks like he's dropped his development trait. I'll put that back on him. I'll put him back on star. He shouldn't have lost his development trait. I didn't realize he would, but I'll give him his star development trait, because that's not fair that he dropped it when he didn't really even play. I guess it is fair, but he shouldn't drop it. So I'll give him back star development. Other than that, I don't know if there's anybody else that we need to bring in. I mean, we can get another backup center. We can get another D tackle at some point. I mean, we could maybe re-sign Matt Judon, I guess. Damien Harris is interesting, or like would be interesting to get back, but not really. I mean, Kyle Fuller, maybe we trade. I don't know if that's another thing. I don't know if there's anybody here that has any trade value. So if we go into the trade thing, if we go up to corner, I don't think Kyle Fuller has enough trade value. He's got yellow interest. I mean, that's not horrible. So, let's see what we can get for him. Can we get a second round pick for him? That'd be pretty crazy if we could. We'd have to give something back for him. What about if we go and give pick 44? We got to get a corner, that's for sure. And free agency, maybe. I've got a couple third-round picks. These picks would be back-to-back. No. Let's not go that. I want to. If we're gonna get a second-round pick, I'd like it to be a little bit earlier. That's 53. The Giants are interested a little bit. They have pick 58. I don't think we're going to be able to get a second round pick, but it'd be interesting to see, maybe possibly if we could. That's pick 50. I want something like in the late 30s, early 40s. There it is. There's 33. So that would be we'd be able to secure that quarterback if we really wanted him. Okay, so let's talk to the Patriots. Let's give them pick 96 in the 3rd round. That bumps it up. So that leaves us with 3 third-round picks. And then we traded. Oh yeah, that's right. I must have traded that second-round pick in the Trey Lance deal as well. So if we give them a 3rd-round pick next year, that is declined. So we might have to give them 2 third-rounders. What about pick 87? Trade offer is accepted. So Kyle Fuller and 2 third-round picks to the Patriots for a 2nd-round pick, pick 33. Which is good. That's good because that gets us a really high pick in the 2nd round, which can get us that quarterback. And then we can use that other 2nd round pick, the pick 44 or whatever it is. We can use that on a corner or on a D tackle, whatever we need. Okay, so in terms of, we might as well trade Damien Harris because we're not going to bring him back in. Okay, so we got some green interest on him. We might be able to get a 1st round pick actually. Is there a team that needs a running back in their top 3? Doesn't look like it. So we'll just go around here. Is there a 1st round pick? What about the pick 4? Is that possible to get that D tackle? No. We're not gonna try for pick 4. I was just throwing it out there. Pick 28 is probably possible, but I don't want to get. If there's another option, I'd rather go for that. Pick 30, no, we're just going back at that point. Pick 2, can't get that. Pick 29, no, I want something like middle 1st round maybe. If you just give me something, okay, 16, I can work with 16, hopefully. Maybe not. Okay, what about those late picks? We'll go back to those late picks. If we won't be able to get something like that, pick 16, then how about pick 28? No, okay, I mean, it's possible that we could get it. We'd have to give up some more stuff. Pick 30, and then a 3rd round pick, or the 4th round pick that we have. Okay, what about one of our 3rd round picks? We got back to back. Okay, that is close to going through. So I'll throw in one of my 7ths, but I will take this away and see if we can get the 28th pick. I want to see if we can just bump up a little bit. Actually, you know what? Let's start a little bit higher. So who's got the 20? Somebody's got the 22nd pick. The Browns have the 22nd pick. Can we get the 22nd pick? No. Okay, so let's go back to the 28th pick, which had the Broncos. Can we get that? No, we can't. Okay, so we can only get the 30th. I guess. That's fine. I mean, we're back into the 1st round. Trade offer accepted. Damien Harris leaves us. He goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. He was a very effective back for us when he was playing. So it's not like we lose out on him. But now we move back into the 1st round with a late 1st round pick. That's good. So maybe we could use that on somebody. I don't know. But we've got some top picks now. What do we want to do now? I want to trade one of the wide receivers. That's right. Now, I was looking previously. Devonta Smith, I think, needs to go. But I was looking around the league, not because I want him to go or anything, because we have Terry McLaurin, we have Tajay Chamberlain, we have Jamar Chase, and we have that rookie, or the young Matt Peterson, who I want to start developing. So, and he's got a higher development trait already, I think, than Devonta Smith. Yeah, he's got superstar. So we got to get Devonta Smith out of here. He played amazing when he was in for us, but I think we got to move on from Devonta Smith. And I was looking around the league trying to find decent options. I think I threw out a Tyreek Hill trade, but that didn't work. Quentin Nelson, I'm pretty sure I threw out there, and that didn't really do much. I'm trying to remember exactly who I had, because I had a nice trade package that might have went through if I would have continued. I was kind of just going through and seeing who I could possibly get for him. And Let's see, who was it? I gotta try to remember now. I did this a couple days ago. Who was it that I threw in and offered for Devonta Smith? Let me see if I can jog my memory. Who was it? It was... Who was? I'm not really sure now, to be honest with you, who it was that I threw in the package to get, or that we could possibly get back for Devonta Smith. Well, I guess I can just make another one. I was just kind of trying to get prepared for this episode by looking at some possible trade packages, but if I can't remember who it was that I had in the deal, then I guess we can just throw in some new ones. What about if we try and get... What kind of position do we need? We need a linebacker. That's right. We need an outside linebacker. That would be really useful because right now, if we take a look at our linebacker spot, we have Odafe Oweh and Matt Judon, but Matt Judon's gone. And then we have Logan Wilson and Kalen Cousins, who are awesome. But middle linebacker, we have Royals and Telfer. So left outside linebacker, we could definitely use somebody. So if we take a look at some of the left outside linebackers, we've got a Rashawn Gary, who could be interesting. You know what? I think that might have been who it was. Was it Rashawn Gary? Maybe not for Devonta Smith, because I was looking at a couple different options. It might not have been Rashawn Gary. If we take a look at right outside linebacker, who's here? Is there anybody that's like stand out and could be awesome for us? Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, he definitely develops amazing in this game. Oh, it was Micah Parsons. That's right. I'm pretty sure it was Devonta Smith from Micah Parsons. Yeah. Okay, so Micah Parsons to the squad. That's a done deal, basically. But can we get anything else thrown in with it? I don't know. This guy really hasn't developed. Neville Gallimore. I mean, he's got normal, right? Yeah. I mean, as a backup D tackle, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Jalen Smith, I think he's still got normal, yeah. He hasn't turned out to be anything. Vernon Hargraves, Kelvin Joseph. What about if you give me Neville Gallimore and a 5th round pick? I know this isn't going to go through because it didn't go through with Micah Parsons, or with just straight up. So if we do that, I throw you Matt Judon back and I give you another 7th round pick. How's that? Trade declined. Okay. What about if I don't throw you the 7th, but we go into next year's draft and I give you a 5th? We swap 5ths. No, that you don't like that? Okay, what do I give you? You keep Neville Gallimore and I get rid of this and I do that. Okay. Straight up. What's it gonna take? Would it take that 7th? Trade declined. Okay. So if I give you that 5th from next year, trade offer accepted. So Devonta Smith, Matt Judon, and a 5th for Micah Parsons. That's actually very interesting. Getting Micah Parsons on the squad now. Hopefully he develops like he should, because now we can move Kalen Cousins to left outside linebacker. He can start there over Odafe Oweh, and then we have a linebacking core of Micah Parsons, Russ Telfer, and Odafe Oweh. I think that's pretty good. What's his... Okay, Darrell Royals. Who's another guy that I wanted to trade? There was another guy that I wanted to trade, but I can't remember who it is. Who was it? I'm not sure. I guess we could trade Logan Wilson because he's got a lot of money on his cap hit. But then we'd be losing out on a decent backup. And he played really well for us also. So we could look for another option. Let's take a look at some of our, I know it says our team needs, but let's take a look around the team. We could use another corner. We could use, I guess, a running back. We're good on wide receiver. We could definitely use a tight end. We're going to draft that center. We could use another pass rusher too. So, like, left end, right end. Let's take a look at some left ends. Quiddy Pay hasn't really turned into anything. Brian Burns, I mean, is he hard to get? He's got superstar, so he hasn't developed fully. Oh yeah, they're not even fully interested in him. I thought they were going to be green interested in him. We wouldn't be able to get him even if they were green interested in him. Let's see. Gregory Rousseau's a 75. Montez Sweat? That'd be a good trade. Okay, we could work with this. We could bring Montez Sweat and Chase Young back together. What about if I throw you Randy Gregory? I know it's not going to do much to you, but if I throw you Randy Gregory and we give you the 7th, what does that do? That's not going to do anything. Okay. What about if I throw you 5th? No, this is, I don't know if it's going to be possible. I don't know if it's going to be possible. I could trade you the 3rd, I guess. No. Montez Sweat might be a little bit too hard to get unless we give up something really crazy. We'd have to give up that, probably a 2nd rounder, I would assume. But we could go to right end and change them to a left end, I guess. Boogie Basham? Not really anything crazy. I'm not really intrigued by any of these guys. I mean, maybe Christian Wilkins if he was a little bit younger, or even if he was a higher overall. I'm really intrigued by that Montez Sweat deal. I just don't think we have what it takes to get him. What's Jeffrey Simmons? Jeffrey Simmons is a star. He could also play some D tackle. Okay, but the Titans aren't interested in Logan Wilson, which takes our deal away, basically. Gregory Rousseau. If Gregory Rousseau is a little bit higher overall, I'd think about it more. This deal I want to happen, but it's just I don't think we're gonna be able to have enough assets to be able to get him. I guess if I take away the Randy Gregory spot, we can throw another draft pick at him. I'd probably have to take away the Gregory spot. Let's hold on. I don't want to commit to anything right now. I don't like that. So let's keep going. We move on. We just made a big signing or a big trade though. We have a decent amount of money in cap space to go to free agency. I hope this is a good class. Whoa. Okay. Jonathan Taylor. Okay, this changes some things, ladies and gentlemen. This changes some things. Jonathan Taylor is here. Now, Raheem Mostert, we got on the back of Raheem Mostert and we trusted him and he won us a Super Bowl. But I mean, Jonathan Taylor is on the board. JT is here. I mean, we gotta offer him a deal. It's just, we gotta offer him a deal, right? Was that stupid? We gotta offer him a deal. Now Brady's in free agency. But we're thinking about drafting that quarterback anyway, so we don't need to sign a quarterback. I mean, we gotta. It's Jonathan Taylor. He's here in free agency. We gotta at least put an offer on him. If he doesn't sign, he doesn't sign. But wide receiver, is there somebody who doesn't have an offer on him? Michael Pittman would be pretty interesting. Chase Claypool. I mean, if I can get Chase Claypool for cheap, I don't want to spend my whole budget on him. If he's willing to sign a $3.5 million deal, probably not. Tight end. We do need a tight end. Who's here? Mo Alley Cox. Maybe as like just a placeholder kind of signing, I guess. All right, we'll see if he signs that. Probably not. Left tackle, I think we're good with. I mean, we could use a backup, but maybe we can draft somebody because we don't have a tremendous amount of money. I mean, if we trade Logan Wilson, then we'd have a little bit more money freed up, depending on who we trade him for. Right guard. We need to sign somebody. I'll throw a deal at Kevin Zeitler. We'll see what he says to that. It's not a very good deal, but we'll see what he says to that. Pass rusher. Fletcher Cox doesn't have any deals. I'm running a little bit low on money. I need to take a quick look and see who else is here. Nobody there. Middle linebacker, nobody. Nobody here either. Corner. Bradbury, he's 31. It doesn't look like anybody needs a corner. Is there anybody that's like younger? I mean, Avonte Maddox is 28. Darnay Holmes, he's got offers, but I was hoping he wouldn't have any offers. Damon Arnett's got a couple offers. I can't outbid them. I don't really know. I think we're good. I think we are good with what we have. Jordan Fuller's got options. Kicker, I could use a kicker, but Kaimi's been very solid for us. Kaimi's definitely been very solid for us. Blankenship. What kind of power does Blankenship have? He's got 94 kick power, 83 accuracy. What about Tyler Bass? He's got 97, 79. So they're both kind of crazy. Is it weird to sign a kicker? I think we need a better one. I like Kaimi Fairbairn. He's done very solid for us. But if we could get a better overall kicker, that'd be great. Alright, I'm spending a lot of budget right now, which is probably not the smart thing to do. I should probably bump that up a little bit. 259, is that good? It stays in the red. I don't think he's going to sign something like that. What about if we give him 1.57? No, come on, man. Come on, Fletcher. Work with me here. Work with me. What about 224? I could give you 25, and then I could bump it up to 6.9. How's that? I don't know if I like that. That's 280K left. So my negotiations are Jonathan Taylor, which takes away a lot of our money, obviously. Then Fletcher Cox, Chase Claypool, who I don't even think will sign with us, Rodrigo Blankenship, Kevin Zeitler, and Mo Alley Cox. Is this a good use of our money? Is this a good use of our money? We could trade JJ, because JJ taking up a lot of money. Should I throw a better offer at Chase Claypool? 296? I think that's worse than what I offered him. I think I offered him 3.5. Ooh, don't want to go there. $4.18, I guess. 4.18. Oh, we don't have the money to do that? It says that I do. 392. That's a little bit better. We have 70K left. And this is without trading Logan Wilson's money away. Let's advance. I'm confident that we'll be able to get Jonathan Taylor. I'm pretty sure we can get him. Is that the smartest move? We did get Jonathan Taylor. Wow, okay. We just signed a new running back, but nobody else signed. Nobody else signed because Fletcher Cox is going to go to the Seahawks. I'm not going to fight that. Chase Claypool is going to go somewhere else. Not going to fight that. And then these guys just didn't sign. Okay, so that gets us a little bit of money back, which is good. Michael Pittman's now got an offer. I was hoping he wouldn't. I got a decent amount of money. Can I try and outbid him? What are they offering for Pittman? Okay, that puts us right around the same spot. 13.5. It puts me ahead. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I don't like that. No, I'm going to withdraw that offer. I don't know if that's a good idea to try and outbid for a guy that isn't going to be that great for us and isn't going to really even play. Because we've already got 4 great wide receivers. So we could use that money somewhere else, like getting a backup left tackle. Is there somebody here that has like a secret hidden star development or something? It doesn't look like it. So these guys already have deals. Well, Taylor Lewan doesn't have a deal. I could try and get Taylor Lewan for a low offer if he's willing to accept. Probably not. Like I said, we're probably going to go for that center in the class, so we don't need to sign one. I wish I could have afford to get... Oh, Neville Gallimore's here. That's interesting. No, we don't need Neville Gallimore. I think we're good with what we've offered. We have Taylor Lewan, Rodrigo Blankenship, Kevin Zeitler, Mo Alley Cox. These guys, I mean, they're pretty low offers. I don't know if they'll sign. Taylor Lewan probably certainly won't. But we can go another week into free agency and see what happens, I guess. Signing Jonathan Taylor is crazy. That is for sure. We got Kevin Zeitler. That's about it. So we got Kevin Zeitler. Taylor Lewan's got an offer from the Dolphins. Okay, Brady still doesn't have any offers. Elijah Wilkinson has an offer now. All these guys, it just drops off by such a wide margin once you get down here into the later stuff. What about right tackle that we can move to left tackle? Morgan Moses. Man, there's really nobody. Jerry Leno. He's 23. I mean, we'll see what happens, I guess. He's probably going to accept that. D Ford. Akeem Hicks is a year older, but we don't really need Akeem Hicks. We do need some depth at pass rusher, though. So if I drop this down, 207, is that good for you, D? Probably not, but we'll find out. What's the corner spot looking like now? Is it looking good? Bradbury still doesn't have anybody offering for him. I mean, for a season, Bradbury wouldn't be bad. He could hold it down for a year. He probably won't accept that, but we'll see. Let's keep it going. We got Leno and D Ford. Something I didn't think we'd be seeing is D Ford. I didn't think he'd accept that contract. Okay. So the final week of free agency, Bradbury just doesn't sign anywhere. Blankenship decides not to sign anywhere. And Mo Alley Cox doesn't accept their offer. So, okay. Interesting, I guess, that those guys decided not to sign with us. They'd rather be free agents than sign our contracts, I guess, whatever. But it's time for the draft. It's time for the NFL draft. We do have some staff points that I can use before we get into it. View the talent tree. What have I got to use? I could use it on defensive coordinator or the personnel stuff. Maybe if I had this stuff unlocked, it would be easier to get some of those older guys, but we don't have those. So I think maybe we should work on the defensive coordinator, get him all worked up here. There we go. Now we can get this stuff soon. Perfect. Okay, so we spend those staff points. All good on that. Sean McVay's still our head coach. And it's time for the NFL draft. Start drafting.
The Patriots are now on the clock.
Patriots got the #1 overall pick. Good for them. So if we view the draft board, they're probably taking that wide receiver. But if we go to our draft board, we've got some very interesting players on here. We got some extra picks, so we're probably taking Mark Burton. He looks really good. We're also probably taking James Henley. Actually, no, we're definitely taking James Henley. So those are 2 guaranteed picks. Other than that, it's kind of a free-for-all, I guess. Whoever's there, whether it be the guys on our board or other positions, or we just trade back. I don't know. But we're taking that quarterback and we're taking that center. So let's see who the Patriots take with the first pick.
All right, next
they
up,
take
the
Quentin
Colts
James, 77 overall. The Colts take
the Falcons on the
the
clock
quarterback,
now. Let's see who
74
they have
overall.
their
I think
eye
our
on.
quarterback's going to be much better
The
than
Bills
that.
on the clock now.
Rashawn
What
Bingham
direction
turns out
will
to be
they
an
go?
81 overall. That sucks because I knew he was going to be really good.
And now on the clock,
Stanley
it's
Cordani.
the Vikings.
Doesn't look that great.
Okay, it's the Bucks.
Rod
now on the
Hoffman
clock.
goes. He's
The
not very
Lions on
good.
the
Johnny
clock now. What
Turbin,
direction will they go?
Eric Frazier,
The
Eric
49ers now
Yates.
on
3
the clock.
quarterbacks off the board so far.
The Ravens are now on the
3
clock.
quarterbacks off the board. The Ravens. So our quarterback is next, or second quarterback on the board still. Interesting. Who are the Ravens going to go with? They go with Jonathan Johnson. Jonathan Johnson, what a name.
The Diablos.
The
are on the clock.
Diablos.
The
They
Titans
take
on the
Shaheem
clock now. Let's see
Dobbins.
who they have their eye on. Now we turn to the
Marcus
Steelers.
Mason.
They're on the clock.
Paris Felder.
Okay,
Cam
here we go.
Patterson.
The Raiders now on the clock.
Connor Fulton.
The Jets now
Hal
on the clock. Let's
Newberry.
see what they do.
Gary McLean.
Washington
Paul
is now on the
Hightower.
clock.
Dylan Ware. Dylan Ware turned out to be pretty decent. That's interesting. I didn't think he was going to be horrible, but he turns out to be okay. The 2 tight ends are still there. The right guard, one of the right guards went. Will Bean's still there. There's still some decent D tackles left. Okay, we're going to have to keep an eye out on some of these guys. Our pick is coming up, though. We got pick 30.
Okay,
Robert
here we go.
Hodges.
The Bengals now on the clock.
Mason Spiegel.
The Saints are on the clock
Andrew
now.
Lovelock.
What direction will they go?
Tevin Carey.
The Jaguars
Rashad
are now on the
Levy.
clock.
Montreal Hooker, 77 overall. Pretty
It's
decent.
the Cowboys
RJ
now on the
Owens.
clock.
Ty Childress. So now our quarterback is the top quarterback left. We have also second round pick 1 too. So we've got this pick and then the first pick in the second round. Okay, so if we go to our draft board, we can wait until the second round, probably pick 11. In the second round is when I'll take James Henley. Tyrone Lamb, how good is he? He's not a first round pick, that's for sure. Will Bean. I think it's time to take Mark Burton. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's got some good stats. I think we take Mark Burton with our first pick. Although I could trade back. Maybe that'd be dumb. I don't want to risk anything and not get that quarterback. What can I get for him? I can get some decent stuff. But nothing... Nothing too crazy. Okay, I think we'll take the quarter. We might as well just take the quarter. I don't want to risk anything by moving back in the draft and him not being there. I think he's going to be really good. So we'll draft him. Mark Burton. He's a 77 overall with hidden development. He's number 5 in the class. 6'6", 229. That's a big boy. He's got 93 throw power. He's got decent accuracies. His speed is 80, so that's not super slow. He could definitely develop for us. He could definitely develop into something. So Mark Burton with our first round pick. That's good. I'm happy with that. 77 overall.
The 49ers
Not bad.
are on the clock
Oscar
now.
Briggs
What direction
was
will they
82
go?
overall. Good for him.
The Cougars are now
And now
on the
we're back
clock.
up. So like I said, I think we take that center with the 11th pick in the draft. We could still get first round picks next year. Somebody needs to offer me something crazy. We could get a first and a third from Carolina next year. First and a 7. I want to like stockpile picks, but I don't. I can't pass up a possible first round pick, right? Is Carolina going to be good? Because they're offering me the best deal. I'm taking this
All right,
deal.
now,
I'm
looks like
taking
there's
that
a trade
deal.
coming
We
in.
get another first and another third for next season.
And now
And we
turn to
just
the Colts.
pray
It's their selection.
That the center
Okay, it's the Bills now on the
is
clock.
still there when we get up at pick 11.
All right, next up,
Tyrod
the
Lamb
Bucs
was a
are on the
72
clock.
overall.
On the clock
Greg
now, it's the
Daniels.
Rams, and time is ticking.
Reggie Nails is a 76.
The Cardinals on
Todd
the clock
Tyson.
now. What direction will they go?
Okay, he's there. So we made the right decision. We made the right decision to get to wait and trade back because now we can take James Henley. He's going to be a stud.
And the Eagles on the
He's
clock
a 76
now.
with hidden development. Ranked 9 in the class. So we got the 5th player in the class and the 9th player in the class. He's also got hidden development, 87 strength. He's going to start right away for us. 87 injury, 97 stamina. Yeah. James Henley is going to start right away for us. There's no doubt about that.
The
All right, now we got to wait until the 3rd round
and the Steelers
to
on the
pick our
clock
next
now.
guy. Dan
Let's see what
Zimmerman was
direction
75. That's not horrible.
On the clock now, it's the Packers.
I think
and
with our
time
next
is
pick,
ticking.
we take that safety if he's there.
The
Although we
football
might have to
team
trade
now on the
up.
clock. Let's see what they do.
Let me take a quick look. Do we have to trade up to get that safety? Is it a possibility he could go? Tevin Lambert. There's a lot of guys ahead of him. I think we waited out a little bit. We might get lucky. I don't know, but if it starts to get a little crazy, then we'll definitely think
All
about
right,
moving up.
next
Chris
up, the
Camarillo. As I
Bengals
say
are
that,
on the clock.
this other strong safety
Okay,
goes.
the Bears are on the clock now.
Desmond Vincent.
On the clock
Toby
now, it's the
Beal.
Giants, and time is ticking. All right, the Broncos are now on the clock.
I kind of want to wait until we get to the 3rd
The
round
Chiefs on the clock
to
now.
kind of lessen the trade value. Tony Terrence.
The
That wasn't
Eagles
the
are
guy,
now on
I
the
don't
clock.
think. Was that the guy's name? I don't think that was his name, was it? Tevin Lambert. Okay, Tevin Lambert was the guy's name. All right, we're into the 3rd round.
Now we turn to the Eagles. They're on the clock.
Aries Stewart.
The Bills are now on the clock. All right, it's now
Nick
the Vikings'
Paul.
turn.
Okay, we're
They're
getting
up.
close. I don't know. Should we try and trade up? I feel like I don't want to risk it, but then he could also be there and we just be wasting like capital. So if we go with the Vikings, could they do just a straight swap? Oh, they need a little bit more. What about my 7th round pick next year? Come on, you don't want to take all my stuff, do you? I'll give you 2 7s. I'll trade you, I'll take you that
Okay,
one.
here we go
Okay,
now.
so
It appears we've got a trade.
they accept my 7s, or my 1 7. I couldn't risk it. I could not risk it. He looks really good. He's not going to be a stud, I know, but he looks really good. Plus, he's an early 1st round talent. He's fast, too, a 4.42
On
draft
the clock
player.
now, it's the
He's a
Buccaneers.
77. He doesn't have hidden? Wow, he's number 4 in the class. He doesn't have hidden. That's crazy. 92 speed, 92 excel. Tackling could use some work. He's a project. We knew that going in that he'd be a project, but not having hidden really hurts. I thought he for sure would have it. I'd say we didn't trade too much to get him. We traded a 7th basically because we swapped positions with the Vikings.
Bucks on the clock now. Let's see who they have their eye on.
That's crazy that he
All right,
doesn't
it's
have hidden
now the
development.
49ers' turn. They're up.
So who do the Vikings use
The
that pick
Chiefs are
on?
up
Ron
now. Let's see
Townsend.
what
So they were
direction they
they were
go.
thinking safety. So it's probably
Okay,
a good thing
the
that
Eagles on the
we
clock now.
took him. Martin Hamilton's
Okay,
a
next up,
75.
it's the Dolphins on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Dolphins, and time is ticking. Okay,
All right, I think we can
next
start
up, it's the
skipping to
Packers on
user
the
pick
clock.
now.
Cougars
Because
are
I don't
now
think
on the
there's
clock.
anything that we need to watch out for. What about if we go to our draft board? Nobody is on the draft board. Great. So now we're just kind of going in the dark. There's no tight ends available. Well, that I've scouted. There's tight ends available. Just none that I've scouted. PJ Finch is a mid-3rd rounder. He's possible 6th round talent. Or 6th round projection. I wish I would have scouted some more tight ends because we need a tight end. What can I get for this pick? Is there anything good? I can get some 4th rounders next season. Nobody wants to give me a 3rd? Nobody wants to give me a 3rd, so we'll go with the Bengals. We'll trade
Well,
the
hold on a
Bengals.
second now. It appears
We'll give them our
different team is
4th round
filling out a
pick,
card
and they'll
right
take
now.
our 4th
And that
round
can
pick.
mean only one thing, people. They
Or
just
we'll
traded
take
the
theirs,
pick.
whatever I said.
The
Whatever I said
Cougars
makes
are
sense.
now on the clock.
What about this? We can get another 4th-round pick from the Bears. All right, so people are still offering me 4th-round picks. I want to check quickly and see if that D tackle is still available. What was his name? Like RJ something? PJ Finch. Let's take a flyer on him.
Buccaneers are on
He's
the clock
70
now.
overall. I mean, it's all right, I guess. It's all right, I guess. That was our last pick. 70 overall is not horrible. All right. This draft was pretty good. I'm happy with what we got. We got a good quarterback. We got a good safety who surprisingly doesn't have hidden. And we also got a good starting center for us. So we got a guy that we can, 2 guys that we can develop in Tevin Lambert and Mark Burton. And then we got a guy that'll start right away for us. So let's go to the All NFL and see who some of the best players were. Oscar Briggs turns out to be the best player in the class at 82 overall. I really wanted Rashawn Bingham. We just didn't have the assets to be able to trade up and get him. We got actually the 4th best player in the class and the 5th best player in the class. I didn't realize that at the time. So that's pretty cool. This class wasn't really that good. I mean, there were some good players. Don't get me wrong. There were some good players. I gotta know what his development trait is. I gotta know. He's really the only one that I care about. What's his development trait? Don't be anything higher than star. Superstar. I really wanted you, Bingham. I really wanted you. We just didn't have the assets. That was just it. We just didn't have the assets. It's time for the preseason now. I don't think we have to just. Oh, I want to change one of our linebackers to outside, or one of our outside linebackers. I want to change them. So let's train Kalen Cousins. Let's change him to left outside linebacker. Him and Micah Parsons coming off the edge is going to be deadly. And he's left-handed, so that helps even more. All right, so him and Logan Wilson. Then you got Telfer and Royals. Then you got Cousins and Adafe Owe. And then you got a decent D tackle spot. Chase Young, Trent Favors, who's still hurt. Kevin Zeitler. Okay. Tight end is just awful right now. Wide receiver, I'm happy with. We've got some really good ones. Running back now is interesting because now we have Jonathan Taylor on the squad, along with Raheem Mostert. And then quarterback, we've got Trey Lance and we've got Mark Burton. And Trey Lance still didn't go up to Superstar X Factor. Maybe if I bet if I simulate to the offs or to the preseason, it'll switch over and it'll give him Superstar, because he deserves it. He certainly deserves it. So we'll see what happens there. I hope he does. He needs it. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I know it was a little bit of a long one, but I was trying to do all the trading and do all the stuff, so it took a little bit longer. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know down below if you liked the off-season moves that we made in the draft or in free agency with signing Jonathan Taylor. I think that was a good idea. I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see in the season. But let me know down below in the comments what you guys thought. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Make sure to smash the like button, hit the notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.